drag part of the screen to like draw a window, like that's what you
It's the
want
whole
to do.
thing.
You want the whole thing? Okay.
It's doing the whole thing already.
Okay. Okay, this is fine, although there's not any depth. Like just put a little, I don't know if it's a drop shot or something, just there's no depth. But that's okay. It's more of a visage thing anyway. This is good. Although watch the Y Combinator logo spacing over here on the right here. It's kind of weird how it's just kind of cut off. People with brands don't like that, but good headshot. Just make sure the people can read this type clearly. This type's quite tight. If this can be more concise and bigger type would be better. Of course, I expect the slide deck. Maybe this is like a 1280 by 720, if not bigger, resolution. That might be easy to read then. Oh God.
What are you getting, kid?
Okay, there's just a lot of text here. But I don't know. Punctuate this with photographs. Punctuate this with just make this break this up with just something visual. Otherwise, it just feels quite dry. Like, what is Skill Nova? Okay. Okay, so you see how we jump between the slides, and it's just a small thing, but this is kind of the consistency thing I'm talking about. Like, you know how see this line heading like actually slightly moves according to the content of the page. Just kind of trying to keep that consistent with this previous slide deck you showed me of. Was it Payraw? The previous slide deck you showed me, Paul? Payraw?
Yeah.
So look at Payraw and look how consistent they are in terms of their placing of where they want you to always look on their slide for hierarchy. Alright, this is fine. Same thing. Same thing. I like slides like this because they're really easy to read and concise. So I like stuff like this. This is good. Again, consistency with the heading. I like this. I just wish you had better photos, at least in a way that people can see their faces, see their eyes. Whenever we look at a photograph, we look at people's eyes first. So, okay, dark, not so bad, not so bad, really dark. But I don't know. Can this be 4 slides instead of just one slide with 4 people on it? Okay, so 2 users, 2 companies. Got it. Interesting. Is there a reason why users or companies is lowercase as opposed to uppercase? Question mark. All right, market size. Why doesn't it say? Okay, I see it says market size here, but my first question was which market? What exact market are you talking about? And then I find the information down here under global talent acquisition market, and then it's the annual total available market. Okay, but why isn't this the title? I know it's a lot of words, but global talent acquisition market size. Okay, then I know what I'm looking at. 27 billion. All right then. Talent acquisition landscape. I don't know where to look first. Do I start here? Shouldn't Skill Nova be on the end? So this way we go Simply Hired. This is what they do. LinkedIn is what they do. Branch Out is what they do. And boom, Skill Nova does everything. Right? So it's kind of weird that you lead with yourself when you should end with yourself. It's like, this is what our competitors do. Here's what they're not doing right. Here's where we're getting it right. And it's always that the conclusion is you. Not the intro is you, but the conclusion. Look at the Payraw slide deck. They start off with the what is problems. You know, what are the problems in the industry with their market, and then they provided answers for it, continuing forward. Okay, hierarchy. We talked about this, right? So I don't know where to look first. Obviously, my eye goes here because it's the most contrast thing available here. Then second is youth, third is companies. I know they're meant to be at the same time. And third is this at the bottom, which seems a bit misplaced. It seems like it's a quote, but there's no one quoted because it's italicized and it's in a way that looks like it's a block quote, but there's no person who said this quote. No idea. Okay, so we search for jobs, then we start a job over, we take lessons to build. Product is skills for users. Okay. Product, talent for companies. Okay. That's the business. Okay, let's go back to these. I want something just to punctuate this graphically so we can see things more from visually. Like putting a circle on something is not making something visual. Yeah, I get it. It goes from here to that, and each step looks like it's a bigger and a harder thing to do. It seems like it, but I don't know. Break this up visually or make this more visual because I'm okay. Skills for users. What skills? Let's give an example. I don't know. Talent for companies. I don't even know how you'd illustrate it, but I'd love to see something. I have no idea. Whether it be just company shaking hands with a new recruit from Caliber or Skill Nova. Sorry. Company's base commission on each successful hire. This is good. But instead of having people in the background, why not just money? Because this is what we're talking about. I get it, but the whole point of this, like that other, the best slide deck you had in the previous one was that 3-line pitch where it was the last one was we get $300 to $1,000 per client hire, which is great. So I don't know. Punctuate this with money is what I'm trying to say. Make the emphasis of the slide money. I want to see like stack of bills or something in the background faded out. Traction. Okay. I feel like this could be said more concisely. Just figure out the way you want to say it more concisely, but I think you can say this more concisely. Okay, so it's almost like your hockey stick approach. Kind of would like to see this maybe filled in solid, just so that there's a. It makes sense that that's volume. And more traction. Okay. Okay. Look at the payroll and look how they emphasize what they do in terms of like when they're saying something and they want to emphasize, let's say the 5x 26% and the 5% competition or competition 5%. They, I believe they accentuate it with like a green type and it maybe I don't know if it's a different typeface, but I know that they just make it stand out a little bit more. This is because everything's bold, like up here is bold, down here is bold. There's no real hierarchy to the type as far as okay, I understand the heading's bold. I understand these logos are here. I get that. There, you can't mess with logos. But why does this have to be bold? Why can't this just be like a normal weight, whether it be book weight or medium weight or normal, not bold, not italicized. And then when you do need to emphasize either a different color or make it bold, that way we know that okay, we should pay attention to the whole point of 5 times 26% better than the competition. That's a big selling point. But you're highlighting the whole sentence and not the actual key part of the statistic here. Who we are. Okay, I don't know. Bigger pictures. People love looking at people. Bigger pictures. I think this works. This is great. Bigger pictures. And this is weird. We were talking about the headings at the beginning? Now it's centered. Whereas before it was top left aligned. Summary. So you're doing emphasis here. This is normal, and then you have bold. So do this in other places too. Consistency. What's weird is when you showed logos before, you did it white logos on your colored background, but here you're doing color logos on a white background in a window. Again, consistency. Just choose one of the ways and stick with it. This is good to close out. But then why is he after closing out? Why is he listed? Why is he green?
There's just an extra slide.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Done.